game. I might not hear me because of you know, the hands is moving in the background, so I'm gonna stay like right here. We're addressing some serious issues with spiritual eye and, you know, and a physical or corporate, you know, conclusion. Just coming to the conclusion and the understanding of what's going on in the world. I think it's been treated, you know what I'm saying? We can't just hide from that shit. We've been kind for a long time. It's not the fact that we should be irate, but, you know, we've been kind. Protein, what? You don't need regular workouts. You don't need a full meal yet. You don't need to get you a protein shake. Just some fruit before you drink your protein shake. Be good. You don't need no whey protein. You gotta get out the way, dog. You're getting out the way till you even eat carbon-based food. Carbonated water. What you know? What's that? Look at this game. What you done? Came over here with me. What we got? Yeah, finish this off. I'm gonna jump right there. I know the button pusher somewhere, so let me get this off the way. Got the flies out, so I know them high. I'm going to talk about supposed to be personality a lot. What's supposed to be personality? We finally found a way to categorize things as dealing with an offensive personality disorder. Check it out. I got a gang stalker that like to be around the corner and shit, so let me come up and see where I'm at. Right now, the sun's out, shades over there, so I like to be in the sun. Ear hustling over there, so I gotta be smooth with it. I don't know if y'all can hear me, I gotta be in the cut, because people be gang stalking and NAGA. Y'all put it up and came through. And I got the flies out, so I gotta flatten the flies out. But we're gonna build about this supposed to be personality, because I know y'all hear me talk about that a lot. It's like, man, what is that? You know, and you'll hear, you know, people get gaslight on certain brothers, like, oh, so you know psychology? Do you have a degree? So do I have to get a degree from your institution? As long as it's from your institution, it's like, as long as I get my weed from you, it's all good. But I can't get my weed from bro over there who got some real good green thumbs and he got some good shit. He's a farmer. I can't buy from him though. Now he has to have a ticket or something, or a license to allow certain terpenes or whatever to put into the weed, so that now he can grow it and sell it to us. We done fucked the weed up now to the point where now it's weaponized. So now I can only do shit to you now. Buy tobacco. I can't buy tobacco. I can't cure my own tobacco my own self. Now it's a crime, they say, federal, huh? Peace. Hey, what's happening? I don't know if y'all can hear me a little bit. What's happening? Is that Rich? Let me say Rich. What's happening? What's happening, y'all? So yeah, we're just talking about the whole cluster B personality, the psychological thing now, you know, where you can just learn something by studying it for a year. If you're diligently and have a heartfelt desire for learning something, you will learn it. Whether it's externally with your hands or whether it's with your mind and putting the tools and shit together. You know, let me drink a little bit of this pea protein right here. This is not fruit. Shit, chicken nuggets, right? You know what I'm saying? This is not fruit, but this is not weight. So we don't promote weight over here. That's carbon-based. You want to go with the 666? Go over there with the carbon-based people who want to drink, you know, whey protein and think you can get swole off of that. But over here, you can get pea protein and get it right exactly. You know what I mean? Protein is protein. That's it. Get that right, make it up. Get the background. Yeah, that's right. Hold on, wait. Let me get this one. own protein, our own carbs and everything. People gonna buy from us, the rest of the world, really, because we have the right influence, you know, health, wealth, things of that nature. We've been through things psychologically as a family, as a life family. We've been through the cluster B personality. We've been gaslighted and projected upon. They love to do it, but now we can catch them when they do it. New generations will be catching them. They're like, see, I ain't gonna fall for the little lip tussle thing you trying to do to me, trying to argue with me and shit, you know? And I seen a video about this too, about a brother, you know, he was about to argue with a woman, a white woman, a Caucasian woman or whatnot, you know, and he caught himself, which is a very good thing. This is dealing with this gaslighting and projecting that's been happening to us and our ancestors who prior to us a couple hundred years ago, that's right now rebelling in heaven and doing the daggone things, getting these downloads to us right now, telling us, yo, you gotta reach up to us so we can reach out and grab you now. And that's through the Kundalini and shit. You know, it's more than just working out, going to the gym, or, you know, because the gym is becoming a very sexual gratifying place. People just come there on their phones and do this, and as long as they're in the gym, just being around people, that's just satisfying to their, you know, their vampirisms. But if you really want to build, you know, true strength in your own being, you're gonna have to reach up to the sky. Refine your diet, refine your mindset, get the parasites about you. Because this cluster B personality, these beings are offensive, man. Everything they do is offensive. If you pay close attention, you'll see they're gonna try to offend you in everything you do. They ain't got nothing else to do but offend your ass. They can have millions of dollars, $1,000 in your pocket. He said, what's happening? So my battery phone is 12%. Damn, big dog. I know how it is. Mine's kind of low too and shit, you know what I'm saying? You said, don't even take a year. We ain't even got to take a year. We can go ahead and get it in right now. All of us be on to boom, 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 boom. We'd be right in the exact shape. We ain't even got to have to take a year. We can just jump right to it and don't have to, you know, I'm talking about as far as like semi-retention and stuff like that. You ain't even got to take a year. But dealing with this, you'll be able to start catching shit every day from these beings. They're not even up. Like the everyday being, dealing with their clusters, with their sexual energy, they're not up like a week at least. Only a higher up being that's dealing with wickedness in high places, only them beings is up about a few months or something like that. You have the ability to be up and beyond and still be having a good time and feeling good creativity, all that shit, you know, and not lusting over shit. These beings got the cluster B personality, meaning they can't be fixed. There's no way in hell, so naturally they're gonna be serving you, and it's not gonna be a problem. There's nothing wrong with that because they naturally wanna do it. But they got all the money now, and the way you act towards them is the way they're supposed to be kind of acting towards you. And it's not that you hate somebody. You know, you already been at the bottom. You already know how it feels. It's like, shit, I want to help the nigga out the bottom, especially the one who got that desire, who can get me the motherfucking idea of property that can reach up higher than me, and I can just fund him or something. We can work together and get it in. You know what I'm saying? But with them, they got the cluster B personality. Now we can pimp shit. This is in the ICD-9, ICD-10. This is where spiritual limits them. Because we're dealing with spiritual aspect here. The whole spiritual nature. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing now. We're dealing with the spiritual nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? They have a personality disorder that pretty much can't be fixed by another individual. So we'll have to like break up with them as being the best supply that America's ever had. But if we ain't even building shit, I gotta go around. But we ain't even building shit. But we still are the best supply source that they have. They can turn on YouTube and look at us argue, see us acting a certain way when they be like, see, I told you they ain't right, they ain't right. What they're doing is a term called, it's in the ICD-9, ICD-10 again, boom, 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 this alone, is a smear campaign. It's like you break up with a motherfucker or somebody break up with you, they hear all kind of shit that's about you. It's like, damn, they just smear campaign. Same thing they do about niggas all over the world. Like, these niggas ain't shit. Look at them, they lazy. They getting welfare. They come to find out, mother's been doing the knowledge and shit. Because knowledge borns equality. You can make it be your power if you want to, but it really borns equality, so it's equal to all to be able to get access to it, especially if it's available and shit. It's not like hidden in the book somewhere. You know, it's like, oh, let me do the knowledge. You see? Oh, damn, niggas ain't lazy. These motherfuckers is smart as hell. They just stop working. These motherfuckers just start burning all the cities up that these niggas was building. So niggas just got to a point where they just like, damn, they gotta just sit like, what we gonna do now? Every time we try to come up, you take it down. Every time we try to do this, you try to destroy this. some of our celebrities who were down for us got so afraid to even help a nigga, they don't even know what to do. But look, now we're in a different time. Even if they woulda, coulda, shoulda, done, you know what I'm saying? They could have. Right now, you can have investors. We can make it land right now and have our own. They don't have to be up under the custody personality. They have to show their hand. You gotta be like, yo, they'll bomb our city. Da, 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 da. Yo, man, you gotta get down our forces, P. You gotta get into the spiritual nature. Next day is about to be the true Sabbath. Do you know how many Israelites are going to be honoring the Sabbath on a Saturday? Giving honor to them, man. That's a horrible thing. Because why? Because they're going to be on the corner the next day feeling about what everybody else is doing wrong. And it's like the simple thing to adjust is just to get your kundalini right and exact and honoring the rest day, the 4 sacred days of the moon. It's some simple shit. Not really hard, but at the same time it's hard because you're so low in the low self that you don't want to do. You know, that's a horrible place to be in, which is a hellish state in the mind. If you're in a hellish state in the mind, that means you do got that cluster B personality. Go put this phone back over here. So you never really got my back. It means you do have that cluster B personality. Because hell is in the mind. You know. And this is what we're gonna get on. Yeah, it does take a year for us to be celibate. You know what I mean? As men, we can't chicken ourselves out of that. We're gonna have to do this. It's gonna be even be longer. For individuals, it's individuals that don't even want to have sex, but they were forced and actually molested and shit like that. So now they trying to find out the keys on how to reset themselves. Now they're being shown a way right now by an individual who's making knowledge born, another self. I'm just another part of you. It's like Mike saying shit. You know what I mean? There's another self that's making knowledge born, so you can save yourself from the knowledge that I'm manifesting through the trial and error to get to a point where it's a steady going on God years, 7 years of celibacy and shit. And this is like a spirit. The spiritual thing is not all smoke. It's just the fact that if you ain't on point, witches and all that shit with you, because they fuck with the moon. And if you keep fucking with the moon, if you don't fuck with the moon, they're gonna use the moon against you. Plain and simple. Spiritual is more dealing on metaphysics, the higher aspect of science, more so than dealing with biology and shit. You know, biology. What's happening? Biology is dealing with geology, you know, corporal, which is physical things. You know, the breath is what makes the corporal real. So that's what you're going to really have to cultivate after, more so because that's your higher self versus your lower self. And then once you do that shit, you clean the higher self up, the lower self is going to get in line. It ain't just going to be no old, dirty, conscious motherfucker walking around with these naughty drill like this motherfucker's so smart. No, his intellect is going to show, his or her intellect is going to show through the bacteria, through just the whoever they are, man. Poseidon already gave us so many signs of what a copper tone is beautiful copper colored people are. And this is not to be racist. He always been saying this shit. Always. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing to be ashamed of, you know. But to get back on point, to get back in tune, you know what I'm saying, with the true Sabbath in a cosmic sense is the best thing for us to do. You know, work out. I'm not saying to do what I do, it inspires you to do that. But at the same time, find a way to break up with this entity that you deal with every day. I see them every day. They see me every day. They inspire, but at the same time, they have this idolized, divide, and discard mechanism. No matter what order they put it in when they see a nigga. It's the same thing with all of us. They either idolize you first, devalue you, then discard you. They have a cluster B personality disorder. We have the traits of the shit. So we try to do each other in first, probably. Before we even get a chance to let them do it. We can read each other like, oh, whatever level of psychopathy a nigga's on. Like, oh, this nigga's hella crazy and shit. I ain't gonna really play with him because his devalue may be, nigga, I'm a kid type shit. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to devalue and make you think of me a little bit and, you know, go crazy and then go about your business and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to fuck you up like that. You know? But it's how we do. Now we're going to start healing and shit because this is the way. Everybody want to know what the way is. We're too busy focused on the names and titles and shit, the mores and the da-da-da-da. Get in tune with the spirit right now. This is it. This is the energy. Get in tune with the cosmos, the true zodiac, because that's who you are. Whatever the zodiac sign is, whatever you are, when they had that snapshot of your birth coming into existence and shit, that's your conception, because you can find that out too. but coming into existence, like boom, out the womb. That right there is your name. And they're like, what does that mean? You draw the lines together, you either got these grand trines or these squares, or just, you know, all over the place things. Grand trines are put together divinely by the Most High. You can't change them. Those are considered like chosen ones. Same thing with the squares, but the squares have a little bit more difficulty in their life. We already had this science pat down, you know what I'm saying? We already was priest kings, priest queens. They got this shit from us. Everything you hear about the twin flame, them niggas done already raided our goddamn on libraries and seen who was already chopping it up about all of this. We done mapped out each other's energies before we was born. How you think the Dalai Lama got their shit? How you think they learned about this? Basically, the Dalai Lama is just another motherfucker. They can map the spirit of every incarnation he goes into. Meaning that he's cold spiritually, but he hasn't got off the earth plane. He just learned a percentage of what niggas knew. How to not astral project, but being able to incarnate and feed off of other motherfuckers in their life. Off of the mortal that's born, or just being able to be a reincarnation again. Not coming through the womb, but being able to feed on to the energy that comes out the womb. Allowing his tribe to know where the fuck he's at, and they find him, and boom, now he's that dude again. Meanwhile, the true Dalai Lama inside the shit is being held captive spiritually. The ones don't even think about that. They're not even thinking about that. And they're like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, this is true spiritual warfare, man. And you lower your life, you will become a victim also. Being that you're the children of the Most High, yeah, but a lot of us do get touched up, you know? Even though the spirit is more strengthened, you can do a lot of things in the spirit, because the spirit is over there. It's like a God level over mortals. So being that it's like a God level over mortals, they actually can harm mortals. They act like they're gods over us in the flesh by doing murder, death, kill things to us to get us to react in a certain vibration and frequency that they were used to in Africa. But they ain't way on from our side of the world. So when they see we treating us a certain way, and we still got control mentally over these cluster B personality disordered individuals that call them cabbage patch or whoever they want to. These muscles made in the laboratories, they say this shit. We didn't sit down and write the shit over the current era. Y'all saying this shit. Y'all even admitting that you're coming from the shit. You know what I mean? So that means they naturally are born with this abandonment issue and trauma, meaning an offensive nature. Always trying to play. See Skip Bayless, man. He's always got something offensive to say, but if he's cool with it and he want to make it seem like you're cool still with him, he's fearing abandonment. But he's so swift at doing it that he can bring you back in with a little bit of charm, like a little narcissistic sociopathic charm to make you feel like he is and feeling good. This is what they do as a whole. And they allow themselves to run rampant to do crazy shit to niggas. Whether they're in the armed forces, whether they're in the police academy. Now I don't even see niggas in police academies anymore. Niggas is pulling out armed forces. All this shit you're seeing now is being triggered, is being used by other nationalities that have some sort of cluster B personality disorder, trauma, hate towards themselves, so they take it out on the nigga. That they easily do because they realize that niggas are naturally kind. That's it. To one another and to the world, even in this far down the line, you know? So that you see what we're dealing with psychologically. I ain't gotta go sit down in the classroom and let these people tell me that, oh, yeah, you can get this personality disorder by incest, being adopted, transported around through different orphanage homes. That's what we gotta get on. We gotta get our babies out. We know, because now they got control of our babies. And they're adopting our babies. And I know how it feels to grow up around people, even if there is your seed, your gene. They had got the gene that probably at the time wasn't as advanced. They fell victim, well, it was advanced, but fell victim to the actual technological complexity of the gene, basically. Spiritual technological of the gene. Complexity. We're dealing with Mercury retrograde, so you gotta know that. That's the weather and shit. Cosmic weather. So we're gonna know these things and know when to do certain things and how to do certain things. But now is the time we have the divine working for us now. So now we got the command and the download. So we can be like, okay, the signal is celibacy. That's what I'm saying right now. Muslim, if you go against that, you sacrifice the flesh, you know what I'm saying, for this, for your inheritance, you're gonna have the kingdoms on earth, you're gonna be able to have fun and parties and shit like that on earth. You just like your Ethereum ancestors, but you're gonna have to raise up to a certain level. You gotta raise up to a certain point. And then, pardon me, hold up. I keep saying it, man, because it's serious, it's detrimental. People still pushing the money aspect, and that's cool, you know what I mean? You know, I got millionaires and billionaires a little upset with me and shit, you know what I mean? But then when it comes to be personality, some people have gave me some bread, but at the same time, it's at a point to see if I'm going to be able to, you know, crawl to them to make them my supply source for them so they can treat me any kind of way. I know what I ran to myself. Don't stop putting me in a family full of motherfuckers that's crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the same way too, but it's the spirit that separates me from them. And I from all of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the ones who dealing with the same type of shit who want to get to the next level. But right now, the ones they doing, if they really was pushing the food aspect to have a big eye little you over another motherfucker, but also at the same time the history too, so people could be known like, oh, he knows a lot. I need to go follow him. You know, I gotta fly and shit. Or he eats a certain way. I need to be vegan like him. You know, and stuff like that. You're basically, you know, inspiring, you know, certain narcissists. But at the same time, when they get to this point, this is what's gonna be the make it or break it point right here, which is celibacy. This is gonna separate the wheat from the tare. Because through this, with the others, this is where you're gonna be able to master your appetite even more, the desire to want to control another motherfucker, even in the spirit world and in the flesh, and also, you know, you just having, you know, out of sexual gratification, just having sex so much that you're doing it in the engines the wrong way and shit. You know, you're doing things the wrong way now. You ever seen a motherfucker do something the wrong way all the time? Like you go in the gym, you be like, why are you working out? I don't even wonder no more, but I'm just saying, people will wonder like, damn, does that work? You know, I look like that'll mess something up. You know, they're doing it the wrong way. Psychotic. But yet these psychotic people have been placing a form of power through their currency. You know, got people a little scared because people do things for money. It's not that they can do things with that money. They need to be able to be fed ideas. So from someone who has ideas by a dime a dozen, they can write up a vision and mission statement, give them a SWOT analysis, the strength and weaknesses and opportunities and threats of even having this type of business. How you can make this business profitable to this type of individual. When you're like, you know, dealing with narcissists, niggas who's like empathic, we know how to deal with a narcissist or a boss or whatever in the hell. We knew how to charm them. We knew how to do all this. We put all our energy into them. But now it's time to put that energy into self and shit. You know what I mean? It's not about just putting that energy into them. And yeah, maybe you could do this with and being that this being is a narcissistic, has narcissistic personality and also dealing with psychopathy, you know, who looks at you most likely as something that is replaceable. Like, yo, I can find another nigga that can come up and do a little dance like, off the bone, nigga. Shit like that. Like, nigga, you starting to wear out now. I need a new nigga. Come on, nigga, come on. See, this is why separation is like that, because now that's where the value stage come in at. You be like, damn, well, I thought we was cool. I thought we was loyal to each other. No. Ain't no loyalty in idolizing and devaluing this guy. You dealing with an enemy that don't give a fuck about you. Don't understand your shit. Why you can't get the motherfucker off your head? Because they need you. They need a main supply source. Why would I leave America with all these niggas when I can do what the hell I want to do to these niggas? There's so much energy these niggas have. When you look at the story previously, when the false god sent emissaries to America, false god sent them emissaries to America, man. Hey, bro, you know, I got you. Same type of shit went down. You know, a lot of things went down. Same type of thing went down when you're dealing with, you know, false gods coming and seeing the iron ones or the chosen ones or the Most High. They're like, yo, these beings got, you know, a lot of. It's like Christopher Columbus said, these are the most nicest motherfuckers I ever seen. I said, it don't take nothing to get these mugs. Boom. Even in the flesh, when Christopher said that, just imagine the spirits when they seen the land. They were able to, when they seen our land, there was no false god sat up in our land like a false god ruling our shit, because they knew that it came from the Most High. Our land came from straight, direct communication with the all spirits. They knew we had the all spirit connection. they have false gods over in their lands. They was able to send emissaries into our lands and send fake false prophets, not lords, but false prophets to try to build up false heavens on our lands. And they doing it on a small level. They did it on the big level, they would have been doing it by the sword, like the false gods doing on their own land with their false heavenly kingdoms. But them ones is already captured up. Things is changing. And so now on our land, you see, they start to just put up little residue shit of like the false gods, who started it all with the 7-day creation with Anu-Hasaj. Kind of sound like the Anunnaki. You gotta put things together. Though no man will all see that shit the same, we will have a clarity of what we see as one another, as being A alike and B alike and C alike. So on our land, they never got a chance to do that. So put that out there. And that's what they're trying to ultimately do right now. Even through the music, even through our movies, even through the sacrifice, even through just our willing nature to just to allow these people to do certain things to us. We allow certain people to do things to us, man, like this. We allow these people to do something. We allow these people to do, witchcraft and spell work on us. I don't want to be off of that. To do witchcraft and spell work on us, you know what I'm saying? Because we were out of sync, eating the wrong food. We didn't know the right things. Now we know a little something. But still trapped in fear to be able to unite. People be like, yo, talking to the police like you can travel a certain way, a certain distance. You can't even travel a certain way, a certain distance. Why? Because you're not even a proper persona, proper pro se. These are court terms. They love to play games. They play games with people's lives, man, in court. Especially when they have the higher end. This is looking at some high places. When it gets you in, they don't play no games. So the best thing now to do is just to cultivate that energy with the Most High, man. You really can't do nothing else. It's like a prison in a way, but you're in paradise a little bit. So you go ahead and do what you got to do while you're in the flesh. You build yourself up, psychologically start catching on to, the tricks and the trades and being able to hustles of how individuals move and utilize this energy and shit, especially utilizing the original people's energy. So this is important. Take back the energy, the power, itself, who you truly is. A lot of us got money to do something, but we still want to be in their monopoly. We still want to be in their government. And most of like, yo, man, I'm gonna do it without no help from the motherfuckers. All we have to do is just get to a certain disciplined level. Because that's what niggas are, we're disciplined. People see us around the world. They look at us as very disciplined. Because most of us that can travel around the world, they look kind of like athletic a little bit. They call them passport bros or whatever. But it's like, even in their older ages, when you see them, the brothers that do travel around the world, the weather affects them differently and shit. But bros be like 60, 65 and shit, still playing tennis with this little young bro that you found up, like, she's like 22, 20, or 27 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This is how it is around the world. But when we're stuck in America, we haven't came up out of her and just traveled and learned lived a life and got our personality down. We too busy. We'll be still trapped in their construct. So but this is what they have. Even if you don't have to trap, we gotta leave. Still, you want to fight for your land, so we're gonna end up doing in the end. In the first place, we have to find out to strategize. You can't just sit down in the room and go, yo, bro, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna do this and this. Ain't gonna work. Everybody's still in their little chakras. We'll still have our custom personality, but we won't be able to link up with one another. Because we'll have that covenant personality. We want something of that role. We'll want to do something. It's jealousy and envy because we're lowering our life. We've already busted that a month ago, probably. That's too long. That's too soon. You shouldn't even be busting none, period, because you're a man. They know how long it takes. That's why it's hard to recover. I'll be back in 10 minutes, but you're really finna go and diminish until the sub-tanks and shit now. That's when you really don't want it. This is your spiritual energy is in your balls. They don't want you to know that shit. That's why they want to demasculate you. Your spiritual energy is right there. When they know when you start cultivating that, they gonna start sending you everything. I'm talking fuck whatever you see physically now. It's smugs behind the scenes, man. Behind the scenes are the actual fucking drujits, the jinn, whatever you want to call them. They're manipulating the mortals around them to go ahead and get into your cycle. This is what makes Jesus a powerhouse. This is what makes a mother come through like, yo, man, shit's going the wrong way, man. You're doing the Sabbath on this day. You're doing this, that, and the third on that day. You know, the true Sabbath, I'm about to say right now, is on Friday, Black Friday. Out of all days, niggas gonna be out buying shit on Black Friday. And nobody gonna be thinking about the Sabbath, the moon, one of the sacred days. It should be one of the holy days for you. This is not no pagan shit. The pagans, they'll motherfucking do anything. They'll motherfuckers, the heathens and shit, nigga, them niggas will go, they'll go make a sale on that day. They don't even honor the day of the moon. Talk ill of the moon when your woman has a similar cycle to the moon. It's divine right there. Divinity right there. They want us to forsake that. Tell them, oh, the moon was put up there, like, want us to give these motherfuckers this much power. Supposed to be personality. Now you start to see it. Catching on, like, catching on now, nigga. Hey, what's happening? Big hope. So, repenting, man. Becoming a virgin again. Being like 50,000 born again virgins. You know, you're not saying you gotta be a celibate for like your whole life, man. God damn, you ain't gotta do that. If you don't feel like it, just do it for 14 months, man. 16 months, when you do that, you have to talk to you like that. That's what we do. Now, let me tell you. Yeah, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you're dealing with an enemy who feeds off your kundalini. If your kundalini is strong, they're able to latch on and send all kind of shit, all kind of revelry in the atmosphere. They're biological weapons. Motherfucking niggas people that you see is biological as a weaponry to you. They're offensive to you. Everything they do is going to be offensive to you. Everything. This is why your kundalini is going to be always be under attack until you master. And that's what's going to make the external beings basically disappear and shit. You're going to be dealing with nature more, animals and shit. Because they are in spiritual schools too, through their development as they're rising up to the schools. Same as all of us on the earth plane, but except with us, we happen to be tapped in with the theory with our ancestors who already graduated off of the earth plane. Like we wouldn't be talking like this right now. Ain't no niggas telling us to do certain things on our own to cultivate our own connection with the Creator. Like you ain't gotta do it this time the third way. You've been in it so long, your genes been in it so long, that you won't be able to find a way on your own because of all the confusion and chaos that was allowed by this being to come into the world. To do such. And the world is just basically a training spot so you can be able to master your shit because you're going to be masters of the universe, like going around in different worlds and shit. It's not just you just dreaming and I'm going to the spiritual realm tonight and I'm doing this and that. No, there's an order, like an army, man. It's like, how you think they got their shit? They didn't just look at ants and say, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be the general, this is going to be the colonel, this is going to be the... Look how designed and well designed that is. It was divinely designed and it was hijacked. That's what it is. So now to get back into the spiritual ranks on what you truly is, and shit, you have to cultivate that spiritual energy. That's it. That's above so below. We got rank on earth, rank in heaven. You know, they wouldn't have an army like that. Every army on earth has a general, captains, and shit like that. That means every one of them motherfuckers had a false god ruling over their asses who learned from the true God. Like, yo, nigga, we gotta have captains and lieutenants and shit, sergeants and motherfuckers who just started off calling them privates and all of this. They do all of this shit, man. This is what we have to do, but we're at the point where we have to do it from a spiritual aspect, starting all the way up. It's cool. You gotta have patience with this. And to have it put before us. If we all just put our intent forth by not releasing and having orgasmic experiences. Basically not even using this time to be able to cultivate any type of love relationship with a woman that you're not in a relationship with her. You're not into her. I'm telling you, at this time, if you ain't in one, don't go looking for one right now, dude. This ain't your generation. I'll tell you that right now. People are scared when they talk about that. They can look at celibacy as a punishment. We can look at it as a gift from the Most High. Just whatever way you want to look at it as, you know. It ain't that you're a punk when you're celibate. You already know what you can do. You know your strength. You know your energy. You know who it is. But it's just the fact that this kundalini could be used in different aspects that the Creator gave you. That's why it's important and imperative for all of us to do this shit in the honor of the Sabbath. But, you know, it's going to take some time, and I understand. We're going to be patient. And you know, all of us when we walk around with bears, you know, we got falcons and shit, you know what I'm saying? Bears running up on us like, yo, it's the homie, the bear chilling, shaking our hand, shit, because the guy spent so much time with the bear. We got God over here with a velociraptor and shit, chilling. We got one of the guys with that dang on falcon on his arm and just chill. You know, we all chilling like that now. Now our Kundalini's so up. The animals is fucking with us now. Like, now you in the right position. Now we chilling at the water. Ain't no bears running up on us, man. But when you in an animal sense and you thinking that you can, like, just like the bears was under a spell too. When they woke up, they seen that it was just white folks and shit. Them niggas is more animal than we were. Them niggas started, they like, yeah, I'm gonna save you to the end. And them bears started attacking them. Bears won't do that to us if we honor our Kundalini. Everything's changing up, just like in the water. Just like in the water, the orbit, all that shit's changing the game. These niggas is attacking the boats. They so smart, they know how to hit the goddamn rudder and shit. And make sure the boat be stuck. These niggas are smart. They know they supposed to be fucking with us. They like, oh, okay, we haven't seen niggas in a while. Y'all must got niggas captive on land too. Okay, just like how y'all took us. Yeah. And they know it. These niggas are smart. You know, some is so smart. You know how you can curve these people with narcissistic personality. You can make them feel like they so good. They'll go in and do a dance for them in the water and shit. You know what I'm saying? A big ass well, like, yeah, that's whatever, but I can't knock your shit off, but I'm with the Most High, P. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm gonna let you do your thing. But after a while, shit gonna change, G. That's how it's gonna be, G. Where our Kundalini, ain't no way you gonna get your butt in the water and your Kundalini, you gonna be fears down here. Like you hear a woman, oh, I can't get it. Down there, G. Yeah, oh, I get it. Down there. The more you get up, the more you be doing things, it's less fearful. The more risk you'll take, the more chances you'll take on certain things. Take a chance on heaven, dog. That's gonna be the thing. Take a chance on heaven, man. That's how you get to it, though. You have to climb the 33 vertebrae to get to the top of the crown chakra. That's right, man. Take a chance on that. Hold on. Oh yeah, we got. Take a chance on heaven. Guarantee you reach up, most not gonna reach down with you. Like, oh, gotcha. Got to be like, huh. Reaching up, get you, man. They're gonna be like Scar, like, you know, on the left. They're like, oh, you motherfucker. They're gonna be like that. Alright, so with that being said, I love y'all. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for even saying hi. Thanks for being high, vibratory, and positive without me even having to say be positive. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kept it cool. Alright, I love y'all, man. Make sure you get your fruit berries and your melons in. That's it. I'll do it in the next one.